Hey guys, it's Brenda
and Cece, and we're sisters.
starting this new podcast called Entre
Entre Hermanas.
Hermanas. And well, we're pretty new at this, so it's going to be a little bit awkward, but
Yes, starting new. We really don't know what we're doing, but what we do know is that we kind of want to tell our stories and hear people's stories. Maybe people,
are interested in telling us what they have to tell, a form like they can, express themselves.
yeah, like open book and anonymous. Nobody needs to know who's telling the story, but it's good to let people know what you went through. A lot of people are going through the same thing, and maybe your story might help. Yeah.
And plus, we're bored.
Yeah.
So we gotta find stuff to do.
We've been in quarantine since March now. About to be
Year.
a whole ass year.
Oh my
It's
God.
been a year about now.
Um,
But you know what? It's a pandemic and we're trying to be safe. We have very vulnerable people at the house.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to keep safe and hopefully everybody else is keeping safe as well. Wear your mask. Wear your mask, please.
24/7 when you're outside. Don't let your guard down just because you've either had it already or you're young or there could be there's a vaccine already. Just because of that doesn't mean that you might have something underlying that you've been avoiding, or you never know. So just be careful and try to do the best that you can, because no one's
woke.
perfect.
Yep. Okay, so a little bit about ourselves. Tell me, sister.
Well, I'm a mommy of two. I guess you could say I had three preemies, right? Jasmine was born pretty early too.
Yeah.
Well, not that bad, but not as bad as Angel. But I have two kids. Like I said, preemie mom. Was pregnant with twins. Hopefully we can talk more about that in a few episodes down the road.
Definitely.
I'm a single mama. I worked previously 2 jobs, but now because of this whole pandemic, I actually lost 1 job. And working from home. Single. Did I say that? Yeah. Just saying.
Very single. Understood.
Okay. So
we're trying to be as real as we can.
Transparent.
We straight up said we were gonna talk it out. We're gonna be as real as possible. No boundaries, and we swore that we were gonna try not to erase any of these tapes and just post them, no matter how they come out. But yeah. Well, me, Cecilia. I am. Well, I have 1 fur baby. I have no babies, but I have a fur baby, so that counts as a baby.
But you do though.
And I do, yes, I do consider my niece and my nephew my babies as well. We kind of. How would we say it?
Well, I mean, the way that I told the teacher is that me and you have a very strong relationship with the kids, and we co-parent in a way.
Legit, you guys, we co-parent. Like, we make decisions together, and it's been like that
since day one. Not even since day one. Since I was pregnant.
Yeah,
ultrasounds and stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So you've been there since day one, like my ride or die.
Yeah, we decided, we were just gonna stick through it together, and so yeah, here we are. We decided to make this because we honestly have a very strong bond. We have our ups and downs, but we've stuck together side by side, and we are 420 friendly, you guys. Okay, so just come chill with us, hear us out. We'll hear you out. Yeah. Oh, I was introducing myself.
Yes.
My name's Cecilia. I have a fur baby and two nieces and nephews that I could consider my babies as well. I was working before this whole pandemic thing started. I loved my job. Honestly, that was one of the best jobs I've had. And is the one job I honestly stuck to. And yeah, I had to leave my job. And here we are. A few months later, trying to do a podcast. Because it seems cool. And we feel like we have a lot of stories to tell.
A lot.
And nonstop.
If you're a friend that has a lot of stories with us, reach out because we want to talk about our stories as well. Which I'm sure they'll pop up here and there.
Some crazy ass story, you guys.
I guess we should just go in a little deeper detail, like what type of awareness we want to talk about. Because at the end of the day, it's why we want to talk, right? Have this Entre Hermanas time.
Yeah, so some of the topics that we wanted to talk about, I think that mostly out of experience, we want to go back to our childhood, our trauma from our childhood, trauma as teens.
As adults, I mean, I think I, as an adult, have lived my biggest trauma as my, I don't know if I would say that was my biggest trauma or not. Which one would be, like, considered one of my number one? Well, the next topic I guess we want to talk about is how are we currently handling it with COVID, Kids at home 24/7, dealing with high risk ourselves, our family, thinking that we were like possibly exposed. So, let's start off.
Okay, so COVID. Well, we started quarantining for COVID in March. Mm-hmm. And right now it's December. And now that I think about it, damn.
We've made it this far.
We've made it this far, honestly. And, some people honestly thought we were just, like, crazy. Like, we were just freaking...
over paranoid.
Yeah. And, I mean, thank God till now, none of us have caught COVID. We take all the precautions necessary. Like we did mention, like we have very vulnerable people at home, starting with my dad,
Why? Because he's in dialysis and actually going through the process, like during this whole COVID time, we figured out my dad was having heart issues and we were like freaking out. Like, what if he had COVID? He ended up going to the hospital and getting heart surgery. And it's crazy, like how they weren't letting anyone in and only through the phone. And
it was crazy. It's, having him, what we thought was like practically exposing him to COVID. He was going to the center of everything that was going on.
Where patients were going because they needed extra help.
Exactly. And, like it was a big, I get it. Like, it was a big deal. And I feel for those that have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like we were scared to get just a phone call and bad news, it was crazy.
We were so fearful of that. And still are. Till this day.
Yeah. But that's why we still stuck through quarantine, and we're trying to make it.
Should we tell them about the whole hospital story? I think that's a pretty good story about...
Yeah. I'm opening my eyes all wide because I don't know what story she's talking about. Like, honestly, like we said, my dad has been a few times in the hospital, so it's not funny, but I don't know what story you're talking about, sister.
So I'm talking about the one where he had to go into the hospital and stay in the hospital, and it was during the time where no one else could come in with the patient. It was just a patient, and you would drop them off at the door. But in this case scenario, like, I am super involved in my dad's stuff, like anything medical. Like, they don't go to my mom, they go to me because I guess I'm the nosy one who's always there.
You're always pushing, There's tests that doctors feel that don't need to be run, but this girl comes over here like, hey, have you run this test? And, like, we need to know. It could be any little thing, and she gets shit done.
And that's a shout out to Grey's Anatomy and Chicago Med. Just saying. That comes because of all that. And I guess, like, ever since high school or middle school, I was interested. It's a terminology. I can't. I'm like, no. But, yeah. So, it was a special circumstance. Like, no one was allowed to go in, but... my dad needed surgery, emergency surgery, and the doctor actually made arrangements so security would let me in to be able to translate for my dad and physically be inside during his heart procedure, interpreting, watching my dad be in the surgery room and interpreting while he's under anesthesia, but he's like, I guess not fully out. It's not like they cut open his chest either. It was a stent that was placed in, but I'm like, crazy how stuff like that happens.
I know, and we are not going to mention names. We definitely do not want to get anybody in trouble, but it's something that we honestly feel blessed that we were able to be there, because we've heard so many relatives, talk about how they didn't even get to say goodbye to their family member, not through phone, not through nothing. And for us, it was, the doctor straight up said, it's a break it or make it. And they allowed her to be there and watch everything, and honestly, I think it was a really bad experience, seeing that.
It was, but...
It's hard, like, especially, like, me, it hurts me because he's my dad, but just watching that, I just can't imagine. It's harsh, and we're blessed in a way that she was able to be there, and it's the heaviest weight you can carry on yourself, but we took it as, damn, what a blessing.
It's a blessing, because it just doesn't happen. It's rare. I don't think, like, not even on a TV show, like Miracle Thing. It's crazy, but we
felt the blessing. We did.
Like, I think they knew truly at heart, like, all the dedication, effort that we've been putting to keeping our family together, safe. And, like, the struggle is real, like, financially, if you guys think that it's, oh, yeah, we're over here probably, getting money by unemployment and stuff like that. No, guys, we're on our own, on our 2 feet, maybe crawling, maybe baby steps, but we're here, and it is a struggle. It's real.
It is. It's been tough, and but at the same time, we learned that our family is tough. Like, our love for our family is real tough. Like, it's crazy. We did this so we could all be safe. Not just my dad, but all of us.
Yeah.
And we've just helped each other, leaned on each other, learned
a lot from
now
each
we're
other.
Teachers. We're teachers now, you guys. I'm trying to be a teacher over here. Oh, yeah. To tell you that we even put a wall in our garage.
Yeah.
We put a wall in our garage because we really thought we were going to make a classroom. No. We tried it.
We tried it, but it's a good idea during the summer to have that wall in the garage. But right now, I'm like, no, I'm not going to sit out here. Like, my poor children are too cold for this, so we had to improvise. And hopefully we'll be able to send a picture or something, show what we did or something.
Yeah, definitely post it up. Yeah, so it's a lot of things we did have to.
Yeah, how are you? We want to know. Let us know how you guys are handling kids at home. If you've gotten sick, did you get a special recipe? I saw Chiquis and Lorenzo eating ajo, and I'm like, oh my god. But hey, I guess I've been getting into ajo too, so.
This girl is drinking smoothies. My mom, you guys, let me tell you, my mama is a sweetheart. She worked, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but she worked with some chinitos. And let me tell you, they gave her recipes for everything. Your throat hurts here. Gargle some hot water with like garlic and just gargle that, and you'll be okay. You know what? Your kidney hurts. It's okay. Like she puts a bunch of smoothies together, but they got so much ajo. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So my mom, anything she cooks, she's using ajo now because she heard that fights COVID. And you know what? It's working. I would say it's working. I mean, you haven't had COVID, right, sister?
No.
See, we eat a lot of ajo. So that might be it, you guys. Ajo, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, what have you guys been using? We want to hear too.
The struggle, let us know. Sometimes you don't have someone to talk to, and we could definitely hear you out. Nobody needs to know your name or anything. Just be heard. Let it all out.
We want to hear you. We want to let you guys know that sometimes even us as a strong family oriented and me and you being so close, like it got to the point like we couldn't talk,
It's honestly, I think being together in the house for this, like I honestly, I had to move out. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. It got that bad. I did move out, but it made us
crazy
stronger.
with me.
Okay,
I drove her crazy.
It was a month stuck together. We're talking about since March. Every day, 24/7 together. I think at the beginning, because nobody knew what this really was. Nobody knew how it was gonna affect us. Nobody knew. We just knew people were dying left and right.
So and we had this whole other routine,
No, like we went paranoid. I went paranoid, I developed anxiety that I didn't even know I had. I went through this phase where I had to be in my room locked up because somebody came to the house, and it was crazy. And I mean, we did. We would not go shopping. We would order our food, we would sanitize. We called our aunts, uncles, cousins. Nobody was allowed in the house. Nobody was allowed to come near the house. We were not leaving. We lasted months in the damn house together.
Or even the neighbors.
24/7. Even we wouldn't even talk to our neighbors.
Yeah.
It got that bad. Like we would not talk to our neighbors. And
shout out. Thank you for understanding. We love you.
Yes, we do. Hopefully,
soon
2021 we can do a barbecue. But it got tough. It got real tough.
And kids, dude, they go crazy. They want to jump, they want to run, and I have a very super hyperactive mama's boy. They were used to their routine, I mean, who wasn't, They were actually going to daycare, and they had friends. They had their favorite teachers, and every day was something new. They played with them, they colored with them, and everything was dedicated to them at that moment. While we also had our routine, we were working like crazy. My sister, let me tell you, is a workaholic. She is a workaholic, and like it was like our routine. Just work home and, try to be with our kids. All over again.
And yeah, it was a routine that we had down. And then something just said, yo, stop it, And they just sat us down in our house. Yeah, so we had to kind of face what sometimes we hide.
Our deepest demons.
Yep, our deepest demons came out. Everything that we had bottled up, let me tell y'all. It came out. It came out. It did. We pushed our buttons so we could not. Because we had nowhere else to go. It was a 2-story. Either you're in your room or in the living room. Maybe in the kitchen, But you were just not. You won't have your bubble. There's no such thing as having our bubble.
And then we are also such a clean family, you know, like if I know you're in your room, I'll just bust the door open and just be like, hey,
there's no privacy, y'all.
No privacy. And especially my kids, they learn what knocking the door is now, because before, like, our day started like at 8. They had to be in daycare by 8:30 because I had to open the store at 9. And then from there, I had to go to Marysville and work. And then I would get home by, like, pick them up at daycare by 6.
Yeah.
And then on their way, like, go home, cook dinner, give them a bath, go to bed, and same routine.
Same routine every day. You know, but, like, for us, I feel like for us as adults, it's more of a routine. But then, like, the whole daycare, like, now that we went through we're going through this whole pandemic, like, daycare did a lot. Yeah. Every day, it's a different day for them. Mm-hmm. Even though it's a routine for us, you know, like, that's where I feel like it hit us the most with the kids.
Yeah.
With the kids, you know. My babies are used to just running wild and, you know, coloring, painting. And believe me, I think we were not ready. They cut us off guard big time.
Big time. I mean,
big time. We needed to find new ways to entertain them.
It got back to the point where I have a bouncy house in my garage. It's that bad. You know, like, we don't know. Trick-or-treating was so hard, you know, like, that broke my heart. I was like, oh.
Yes, it was one of the toughest thing, you know. They are 4 and 5, and they know what trick-or-treating is. You know, they've gone trick-or-treating. And we didn't know how we were going to make it up for this year, right? So, everybody hid behind a door in the house. And my babies went from door to door in the house knocking while we were giving them cookies and candy that we kind of found. We did kind of have pre-prepped candy, but we ate it with our fat asses. We ate it, you guys. So, you know, like, I remember my aunt just giving her, I think, what was it? Yeah, like a piece of gum she had, and then my mom a lollipop, and then we ran for some cookies that we found, and, you know, but they are so innocent that they weren't in love with that. They fell in love with
something, and they understand when you tell them, because of COVID, we can't do this, and they've gotten to the point where they can accept it. But at the beginning, since they just didn't know, and how like badly paranoid we were, like, I was to the point where if I had to go to the store, I couldn't take my kids because I couldn't breathe under the mask, like, making sure my kids were touching something else or, like, getting near someone, like, no.
It was tough. Like, I think the ones that got hit the most, honestly, were the kids.
Yeah.
You know, but guess what?
They got
mamas and very creative. Yeah. And, you know, let me tell you, we painted a fence with what I thought was water paints, and it turned out it wasn't. But you know what? That fence is popping, and I think that when they move, they should take that fence with them. So, you know,
fancy.
Oh yeah, we definitely, you know, we've done so much with them. We painted rocks, you know, and that's honestly things I wanted to do as a kid, but I never got to. So we're over here trying new things.
Playing with them. Like, they have that one-on-one time. Like, now it's like they have a dentist appointment, they have a doctor's appointment, and I make it sound like it's something very unique, that one-on-one time that they personally get. And
they call it their mommy dates.
Yeah, they have their mommy dates.
But that is one thing that we definitely know hit everybody hard, at least for us.
Mentally,
it's honestly sometimes it's draining. It's draining. And we get people that have to do this alone. Like, there's moms, dads that do this alone by themselves. There's no backup like us. And that's one thing that we've always said. We're so grateful that we have our backups.
We have a big support system with us. You know, like, I'm as well so thankful for having you guys, because It's crazy. I don't know. I don't think I would be able to do it alone. Like, yeah, sometimes I say I'm alone, but they don't know the army I have behind me. I have a big support system.
Yeah. And so shout out to those doing it alone, you know. And once again, you guys need to talk. We'll definitely
hear you out.
Yeah, you know.
We're always open-minded.
Or send us an email if you don't want no names, no nothing. We can definitely tell us what you're going, and we'll give you our opinion, our honest opinion. Okay, sometimes maybe it might not be the right one, but we'll hear you out and we'll have an opinion about it. You know, because sometimes people just say, "Yeah, I get you," but
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. What about you?
You
know,
so let us know.
Yeah.
And
if you have information, it's the holiday season, you know. No kid should go without a gift. If you have information to even help those families that need help, kids, food, clothing, toys, whatever, let us know. We would be more than happy to share. No one should be left out during this time.
Let us know how
we can help, you know.
Yeah, you know, like maybe we're not in the best position, and I think none of us are, but one way or another, we would love to help.
In a way.
Yeah, we would love to help. So you guys know Luca is my fur baby. I've had her for more than 3 years now. Yeah, more than 3 years now, and and people think I'm weird because I do talk about her like she's my fur baby, like she's my baby, you know. I think she's going through it. She's going through it, you know. At the beginning, it was very good because she always had me. And I'm always with her now. We're 24/7 together. But now I feel like she's developed some separation anxiety.
For real, dude. Like, every time you leave, it's like she's like trying to like cry, go out the backyard. She goes crazy.
They send me videos of her literally crying, and my mom's like, "How dare you leave her if you know it? You know it hurts her." But I'm just like, sometimes like I got appointments I have to go, and I can't take her with me, and I have to leave her at my mom's. You know, I definitely do not leave her alone. I do not think fur baby should be left alone if possible. You know, they hurt too, and I see that. I feel that she's very lovable, very cuddable. That sounded weird. Cuddable. She likes to cuddle. Okay, that's what I meant to say. She likes to cuddle. But I feel like it's true when they say, you know, your pet, you know, feels what you're going through, you know. Like, I have gone through like a lot of depression these last few months. It's hit a little bit more harder, and I've seen it on her. Like, I can tell like her mood change. Like, I would be in my bed and I'd just be crying, and she would just put her head on me, you know. And I feel like that's not okay. Like, I feel bad for my fur baby because I'm just like, how can I help her now, you know?
Do you feel like you transferred that energy to her?
Like, I feel like they catch that energy, definitely. Like, I feel like they do attract that energy, you know, how they say, you know. And sometimes, you know, she brings me her toy, and then I'm like, oh, my baby's trying to like pump me up, you know, like, hey, at least come play with me. So we're kind of trying to get out of that mojo. She's doing better. You can kind of tell this girl was about to eat.
And we said
eat your chip. It's okay. Eat your chip, girl. And
fine, we'll do.
I didn't have to beg her. No, and so yeah, I can see it on her. But you know, you guys, depression is a hard topic to talk about, but y'all reach out if you need help. I had to talk to my doctor because I was like, this is getting super bad. Like, to the point where I was suicidal, you know, like I was just done. I was ready. But he said no. You know what he said? And like, it stayed in my head, and I could tell my sister that I literally told my doctor, like, I'm so broken that I don't know how I can be fixed. After so many years with depression, who's gonna fix it? You know, like, it's everyday battle, and I'm going through it. And he's like, no, Cece, you're not too broken to be fixed. And honest, I've been grasping to those words like you guys don't know. Like, those words are just behind my head. I'm just like, hey, Cece, you're not too broken to be fixed. And it does get to a point where even though, like, the most things you love, like, for me are my babies, my niece and my nephew. And sometimes that just doesn't even help to handle, like, I can't grasp to that no more. Because it really brought me down. But now I'm just like, bitch, like, hold on. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, aguanta un poquito, But yeah, that's depression, you guys. And it's hard.
It's very lonely.
Reach out. It's lonely. And I know I'm not the only one going through this. I know it hits people differently. Let us hear you out.
You're not
Once
alone.
again, you're not alone. And everything's gonna be okay at the end of the day, Take it one day at a time.
Shit happens.
Hashtag, like my brother said, y'all. Hashtag shit happens.
And life goes on, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It is hard to even talk about it.
And it is. I hear you. Okay, right now in your head, you're probably like, "Don't tell me that," okay? Because I've heard it so many times. And once again, we're telling you, hold on just a little bit longer, because life goes on. Shit happens. Okay. Just hold on.
And there's
people out there you can definitely reach out to.
Yeah. We are going to find those resources so we can also post them and have it there ready.
Yeah.
You know what my biggest struggle is right now is the fact that Zoom classes starts at 8:30 in the morning, dude. Do you know what time I have to wake up? Like, if I'm going to school, like,
oh my God.
I have to be up by, like, 6:30, like, toss and turn, 6:45. I have to be sure to be in the shower by 7 because I cannot go on without my day without showering. Like, it's a big no-no.
Since, honestly, I think it's because my mom told us we cannot start our day without taking a shower. She's always, like, if we didn't shower, we were cochinas, okay? We had to shower that day. And me too. Like, if I don't shower that day, I feel like I'm just not functioning.
Yeah, I can't function.
Like, I'm just like, God damn. I'm like, God, abuelo? Like, is that me? And I'm just super paranoid. And I just get home and shower. It's crazy, but yeah.
Well, right now, my big issue is that when I wake up, like, I try to multitask, and the kids are doing their classes. Well, Jasmine for the most part. Mm-hmm. And then I have to make sure she has her breakfast before she starts, and sometimes it's hard because she won't get up, It's like 15 minutes till, and she's like rushing downstairs to try to get everything ready.
Y'all, but you gotta, if you guys knew my baby, she's so sassy that she still has to look good. She may be rushing down, but y'all, she has to look good.
She's very glamorous.
Oh, yes. And that she's with that gloss, she's always putting her lip gloss, and she's like trying to like show you her lips. Oh, my baby.
Well, and then the fact that I have to have everything like, clean because if my mom comes downstairs and it's messy, it sets the tone for the day. Oh, yeah. Y'all have trastes flying around yet? With y'all mamas?
Yeah. How's that quarantine going with y'all?
The deep cleaning every day, like scrubbing inside the toilets, inside the tubs.
And on this, it was just Sundays. It was just Sundays, bitch. But now it's every day.
Yeah. But we have to clean either way because of quarantine. But it's that deep, deep cleaning. But if you go over to our house,
if you know, you know.
You know. Yeah. So how's it going with you guys? Cleaning supplies. I've been.
You know what? Just the other day, I was talking to my boyfriend, and I'm just like, I was in the bathroom, right? And then I came out laughing. He's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm just like, "Can you believe when the whole damn pandemic started, the first thing people took was toilet paper." Fucking toilet paper. Like,
what did toilet paper do to them?
I was like, I wanted to know, like, what was this urge of the toilet paper? But then we struggled for remember, sister? We struggled for toilet paper. There was once that we couldn't find toilet paper, and we had to settle for napkins.
Those are rough.
They hurt it, but
it did the job.
So then we were like, what the fuck? Like, why? What was, if y'all were one of those people that took that toilet paper, I hope you run out of toilet paper soon. Because we went through it. And I didn't get that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let us know, you guys. How have you guys been handling COVID-19? You know, we went through so much, you know. Good moments, though. We had definitely. And
how are you guys ready with Christmas? I have not done my shopping. I posted something, but it's a gift for someone's birthday. It's this mat that I had gotten custom, and it's super cute. I think it's super unique, custom for birthday gift. I hope they love it. They better.
I'm sure they will. It's really cute.
It's very cute. But what are your guys' kid into? Have you guys bought?
Oh my god, let me tell you the story about what we did. So I went with my brother. I haven't done my Christmas shopping, you know, like I'm still not there yet. But I went Christmas shopping with my little big brother, okay? He's my little big brother because he's my little brother, but that bro is like 6 feet while I'm over here like, what am I, 5'5"?
Don't tell me about me. I'm 5'3".
This girl stayed behind. No, but we went to Target, you know, and the other day my sister and my niece wrote her a Christmas letter, and she said she wanted BTS dolls, right? And you guys, I don't know what BTS, you know, I'm barely learning about BTS, and all I know is that they sing a song called Dynamite. And, what are you doing? And, so we went to Target. And we went to Target, and we were looking at toys and shit, and, oh, am I allowed to say bad words?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And we went to Target, and we were looking at toys, right? We were picking out my nephews, my nieces, and stuff like that. And then he was like, what else does she want? And I was like, you know what? I was like, she really wants a BTS doll. So then we went up to this girl, right? And I was like, hey, do you guys have BTS dolls in stock? And the guy next to her looked at me, right? Co-worker of hers, right? He worked in Target too. He looked at me and he's like, what? Like, if I was stupid or like if I didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, BTS dolls. He's like, I have no clue what you're talking about. And let me tell you, I'm sure he knew what I was talking about. But he just didn't want to admit it in front of the girl. That was what his face looked like.
No.
And then the girl's like, oh, I know what they're talking about. And I was like, see, she knows what I'm talking about. I didn't know what I was talking about. I knew they were BTS. Okay, I didn't know names or anything. So she's like, which one you're looking for? And I literally like just looked at her and I'm just like,
BTS.
I was like, I don't know. And I was like, I think one's called like Jin or something like that. And she's like, what's the, he's like Jin, and she said it's his other name. And I said, Janaiko. And she looked at me like I was dumb.
Jim Hooker? And Jim Hooker or something like that?
I don't know. How am I supposed to know? But she looked at me, like, she really looked at me like, damn, you really don't know what you're talking about. And then she mentioned all these. She's like, I can name them all for you. And she mentioned all their names. And then she, like, shows me her chain. And her chain has, like, the BTS, like, all the guys.
Oh, okay.
And, like, she showed me, like, I would think it was her phone case, and she had like BTS in the back of it.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, I offended somebody. I didn't know where to hide. I didn't know where to put my face. And I looked at my brother, and he didn't help me at all. He just stayed quiet in the back. And I was like, oh, man. It turns out Target doesn't carry those dolls, you guys. So look them up on Amazon if your kids want them. She said that they were on special. Yeah, I think she said that they were like on $4.99 for Black Friday. But yeah, just in case you guys are interested in BTS dolls. You guys can find them on Amazon, apparently. But yeah, that was a very crazy Christmas experience.
Have you guys finished putting up your trees? I know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm done. I'm not done. I give up on my tree.
She has mixed feelings.
It doesn't have a theme. It's just like I'm seeing all these other posts and I'm like, damn. I'm not being crafty at all, but I thought I was. We did. We spray painted some pine cones. That was very fun, and we hung them up on the tree. But I don't know. It's a big tree. I have to like make it look fuller.
I think it's because you guys put it on a table.
Well, yeah, because then our dog No that comes and visits us is gonna come and pee the tree, and I don't like it. It pisses me off. So y'all, please train your dogs, and if they're gonna go over to visit, you know,
you better bring that spray that cleans your carpet, because I think it's messed up that you're like dogs come and visit and they pee everywhere, and they just they put a towel and they step on it, and I'm just like, okay. And I'm sorry, but Doc No, this is why you're not allowed to come to my house. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm sorry, but no. Like, my baby doesn't do that. She doesn't do that at all. And, like, we moved to a new apartment. And, like, I thought the first thing, I was like, oh, my God, she's going to pee around because she wants to leave her scent.
Well, our doggy at home is not like that. So I don't know what you're talking about, because she was yours from the beginning.
Okay, let me tell you the story about Maya. She is one of my fur babies. Honestly, she is my mom's fur baby. I consider her my sister too. Because, okay, so I got Maya. When did I get Maya?
July.
Of last year, right?
That's not true.
Yeah. July. Yeah, I was like, wait, but I was in quarantine. Liar. Mm-hmm. No, I did right around July of 2018. 2019. 2019? Yeah, 2019. And I personally think I have the most amazing customer service.
Top that.
I don't know if you could top that, like, hello, how are you? How can I help you? What can I do for you? What else can I do to make your day better? Yes, I did take that training, and you know what? I think my customer service is amazing. And I had a customer that his dog, he had a long-haired Chihuahua, had just given puppies, and he was trying to sell them. He was trying to sell his puppies around, I think he was saying $800 at the beginning, and he sold like a few of them, I guess. I don't know. But one day he's like, hey, I was talking about my baby, because he always brings his baby into the store to pay his bill. So then I showed him the pictures of my baby, and he just, I'm a fanatic of dogs, like
small dogs.
Yeah, like and I love dogs. Like I love dogs. What can I say? Yeah. Okay, when I talk about them, like, with somebody else that has
and now
dogs,
because of that, I'm a dog lover too.
Yeah,
and a cat lover.
She did not want animals in her house, but you know what? We convinced her. But either way, back to Maya. And one day he walked in with this little puppy, and then he's like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm homeless. I live in my car. It's starting to get cold, and he didn't want the puppy to suffer. She was pretty small. She was so small. And she was covered in fleas, huh? When I got her, she was covered in fleas. And he's like, if you can take her in, please. I literally said yes. I said yes. And then he left her with me. I put her in a little box. I got a blanket for her that we had in the back. And she was with me that whole day in the box. And then I called my sister. I'm like, hey, can I get another dog? She's like, no. Straight and I'm up. Just like, yeah, this girl didn't think about it. She said no. And I'm like, Luca's pretty trained. Like, I don't know what she was whining about. But either way. What?
I wish Maya would be that trained too.
Okay, but hold on. This is not the point. The point is that I took her home, right? She said no, but either way, I had already gotten the dog. I said yes. I kept her.
She was willing to give it to a coworker.
Yeah, because at that time, my dad could have her pet, right?
Yeah.
But my dad had peritoneal dialysis, so then there was no dogs allowed. But then after that, they were. So I just didn't know because she was a long hair Chihuahua. I just didn't want my dad to get sick or something like that. And so then I just took her home. I took her home, and my mom fell in love with her. She was small, and she would talk to her and she would dance around. I'm gonna put up a video once we get our pages started, but she would dance around, and till this day she does that. And my mom's like, you know what? I heard on YouTube, I think she said that Chihuahuas are good for asthma, and that's been her excuse since. Okay, Maya follows her around. She cries for her, and you can't say Maya's my daughter because I think if you go, like, Maya doesn't live with me. They didn't let me bring Maya. And then I didn't want her because I didn't want her to pee. And I'm just like, okay. And she would cry. Once I brought her, and she was literally crying the whole time. I was like, I'm going to take her home. And my dad also loves her. Like, he has a thing with dogs being treated as kids. He just thinks that's not okay. But let me tell you how he babies this little Chihuahua, okay? And she has him like wrapped around his fingers because come here, my Maya. Like he goes down in the morning early to make sure she goes to the bathroom so she doesn't go somewhere in my sister's house, you know. Even though sometimes she sneaks around and does leave little droppings here and there. But you know, my mom cleans after her, and I think Maya is hers in a way. So I didn't argue with her because it's a very strong bond that they have. Even with my dad. Yeah. Sometimes, honestly, we're jealous because I hate how they cuddle.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, that damn dog. And I was like, but it's a fur baby. Like, come on. And my dad's dealing with a lot of stuff. And I think having someone, looking after, like, he has to look after her and take care of because all his kids are grown and we all got stuff going on.
And we have to think about, like, he's grieving, you know?
He is.
How many?
Sorry.
He lost
so many family members, sisters,
back to back, best friends. And
2020 has taken so much family.
Yeah.
This COVID pandemic shit, like, it's crazy. Like, every week I think we would get a call, huh?
Yeah.
Somebody passed away. Hey, your cousin passed away. Your sister passed away. A few weeks later, your other sister passed away. Like, nephews, and it's crazy. It's crazy what he's going through, honestly. Like, I honestly didn't think about that.
Me neither, not till right now. I'm like, damn, because me and her were talking about before, like, he seems, he's a warrior, like, I see him as one of my, like, idols, I guess, because he's gone through a lot of shit, and he's here till this day fighting, and it's crazy, he's hurt, and maybe he doesn't just know how to show his emotions, but he's been looking really down.
Yeah, literally, like, today when we were walking out of her house, he was just sitting in the corner. He was smoking a cigarette, and it looked like he was wiping a tear, but he says no, and I didn't know to give him a hug, because we were raised that he is the man of the house, and he's a macho man. I mean, right now you could say, he's gone through it, so he isn't as macho, but for him showing his feelings is tough. And he will not show. He will maybe talk to my mom, and my mom will tell us kind of what's going on, but he straight up will not say, hey, I'm hurting, or cry. When his sisters died, my aunts, he wouldn't show. He wouldn't cry. Never did I see him shed a tear. And that's hard. That's hard to bottle up. I cannot imagine. Wow.
Well, I think we're going to end strong and say that this is all we have time for. And we look forward to hearing you guys, to see what you guys have to say.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of new content coming up, so stay tuned.
Definitely stay tuned, and we'll definitely put our email so you guys can shoot out messages, if anything, let us know your stories as well, Or, if you have any questions, we can definitely answer. So let us know.
Yeah.
So don't forget.
Entre Hermanas.